Teatulia is based in Denver, Colorado, where we sell through retailers, also through food service across the country. The tea comes from our own tea garden, which is totally unique in the tea industry in the United States. It's set up in the north of Bangladesh. It's the part of the world where some of the greatest tea in the world comes from. Like wine or coffee, it matters where the tea comes from because it impacts the flavor profile. It's affected by the soil conditions, it's affected by the altitude, it's affected by the rainfall, it's affected by the latitude. All of these things really matter for tea in the same way. Our teas are full-bodied with a very sweet, smooth finish. And that's because of where it's grown and the conditions, as well as the clean inputs that go into our tea. We've won loads of awards for our hot teas and our iced teas. We've been written up in Newsweek. We've gotten awards from Forbes. So we really have lots of third-party verification for the goodness and the quality of what we're doing. So everything you see here was planted by Teatulia. There's this practice called rock lifting, where people will go and they will take rocks out of the soil and crush them for concrete, for construction. What was happening in the north of the country was it was turning into a desert. And so through my partner's brilliance and using the Fukuoka method, which is a deep organic farming method, we literally rebuilt the ecosystem. So plant species have come back, water bodies that had dried up are coming back, species that had disappeared have come back. It's not good enough to be sustainable. What these guys did was regenerative and restorative for the environment. At Teatulia, there's no chemical pesticides or fertilizers. We use herbs. We will target the outbreak specifically with Ayurvedic herbs instead of prophylactically spraying the entire garden with chemicals. We use cover crops and mulch to prevent weeds instead of chemical pesticides and chemical weed killers. The trees that you see, these beautiful neem trees, provide shade and also have pesticide properties. So neem is a natural pesticide. So when my partners set up this tea garden, they knew it was going to be organic. They knew it was going to be sort of a next level natural farm. What they did was they set up a cattle lending program, and they loan cows to women in the community. The women tend the cows and they repay them with cow dough that we use for compost for the garden. And what that does is it's putting wealth into the community, wealth and knowledge into the community. And all the while, all the women, and it's only women, have a productive asset. So they're able to keep all the fresh milk. They get to keep all the calves. And then once they've paid off the loan, they own the cow outright. So they can sell the cow. So we have women who are sending their kids to universities. We have women who are buying land. It's deceptively simple how we've set up our garden, but massively different and massively impactful as far as really putting the legs under the community and kind of helping, you know, put a real valuable asset into the community. So whenever people drink Teatulia, the words that they always use are clean and fresh. Those are two words that people don't usually talk about when they're drinking tea. But with us, you can, because we're doing it really differently. And we know we're doing it differently. So every cup that we sell and every new account that we get means that we get to cultivate another plot, means that we get to employ hundreds of women, and means that we get to help restore the environment.